Hey guys, it's Star the Flippin' Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin' Hippos. Today we are going to talk about auctions on eBay. Now, I only use auctions to get rid of old inventory. So I use the auctions to liquidate. Most of the items that most people would take out of their store and redonate or get rid of, I throw on auction instead because I would rather have a couple of bucks for something than nothing at all. That's just how I like to run our auctions, how I like to run our business, and Keith feels the same way. It's If you've done the work, if you've gone out and sourced something, you've already taken the pictures of it, you've put it in the store, you've taken the time to do the listing and fill out the description and all of that, and it doesn't sell, you've already put all that work in, so you may as well get something back for it. And there's people who disagree with this, and that's fine. Like I always say, everybody runs their business different and everybody does things different. And that's like the whole beauty of being an entrepreneur and working for yourself and having your own business. You can do whatever's best for you, whatever you like to do. Everyone's different, and that's fine. So there are people who feel like after a certain amount of time something is not worth it anymore and they'll just donate it. I'm on the other hand where I've already put in the work. I might as well get something back, right? And we have a premium store, so we get, I think it's 300. I want to say 300. I could be wrong, guys, but off the top of my head, I think it's 300 auctions for free, for clothes only. It says select categories. I use it for clothes. It's free. It might be for more than clothes, but I know it's free for only select. Like I tried it. I tried auctions on a couple of other things in the past when we were just getting started, and they were going to cost me. So I know it's free for clothes in the premium store. We get like 300 a month. So it's no extra work and it's no extra money for us to get rid of older items or to liquidate them on the auctions because it's free. So when you get to a point, well, like us, when anything goes to the unsolds and we bulk edit and sell similar back into the store, we lower the price by 5%. And we do that every month until it eventually sells. So the price is going down. So there is going to come a point where the price on the item is so low that it's not worth relisting, you know. If you had an item in your store for a whole year, it costs you $1.20 because 10 cents a listing with the premium store. So if you have a different store than us, your prices are different. I'm just going off of how ours is set up. So now something that's really expensive, like a collectible, and you're waiting for that one person to come by and buy it. Something like that, you probably wouldn't lower your price on. You would probably let it sit for a year because storing something that's expensive while you're waiting for the right person is worth it. But if it's just like clothing, and like us, like we lower it 5% every time it goes back in, there comes a point where it's like, this really isn't worth paying to relist it every month. But again, I still want to get something because I've already put the work in. So I use the auctions to get rid of items that have gone too low, like it just doesn't make sense anymore to relist it. And a lot of the items in our auction that I'm liquidating are from the beginning. So when I first started using the auctions to liquidate, I would say probably about 6 months ago, I really started to do it. We had items in the store from the very beginning that were, oh my gosh, the pictures, y'all, were horrible. When we first started, we did not have professional lights. We didn't have mannequins. We legitimately were those people who had the item on a hanger on the back of the door with bad lighting. Like clothes on a hanger on the back of the door with the terrible lighting. And then all of a sudden you would see them on mannequins against this wooden wall back here. Terrible lighting. Then it was good lighting, still against the wood, and then there was a white curtain, and then the setup we have now. But you can kind of like see the evolution of our store and our professionalism, and almost the evolution of our profits and our capital, because as we made more money, we invested more back in to get the more professional setup and stuff. But a lot of our items from the beginning were just horrible pictures. And I'll be frank with you, some of these were things we should never have thrifted or sourced, because we were learning in the beginning. And they weren't expensive lessons, not for us, because as you guys, most of you know, we get most everything for 99 cents, or we go to the Ben's and then it's, 50 cents an item or whatever by weight. We pay $1.19 a pound per clothes. But a lot of these older items that we had in the store that had these horrible pictures weren't worth pulling back out and redoing the photographs, is what I'm trying to say. We had some brands and some items that were, and we worked through a lot of those. We still have some horrible pictures in the store, but some of it we've rephotographed, or we plan on rephotographing, because it is a brand that's worth it. But the stuff that wasn't worth putting the extra time in digging it back out, taking the extra photos of, and we just wanted to get rid of it and it had bad photos, it's probably never going to sell for a good price. Those are a lot of the things that I threw in the auctions when I first started doing auctions. I just grabbed like all the ugly photos and stuff that wasn't worth redoing and threw them in. And now, like I said, it's items that have come down so far in price. They're just not, they don't make sense to relist. So we do auctions every week. I run them from Tuesday night to Sunday night. Now, in the 6 months that I've been doing auctions, I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried different starting prices on the auction. I've tried different prices on shipping. I've tried running them different days. I've tried 5 days, 3 days, and 7 days auctions. What I have found in all of this experimentation, what works best is to run an auction from Tuesday night to Sunday night. And I run them from 9 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. That means on a Sunday, it's across the coast in order of the time zone. It's 6, 7, 8, and 9 o'clock on a Sunday when a lot of people are shopping. It is a very, very good time to end the auctions. We get a lot more action. So we list like 100 to 200 auctions a week, and we sell 3 to 4 items. There was one week we sold 9. One week we only sold 1 or 2. But if we're listing 100 and we're selling 2, that's a 2% sell-through rate. That is amazing. So if you're listing auctions and you have 100 and you're only selling 2 items or 1 item, that is a 1 or 2% sell-through rate. That's amazing. If you could sell 2% of your buy it now, I mean, like we have 2,000 items. If we could sell, that would be 40 a day if we had a 2% sell-through rate. You see what I mean? So I know that there's a lot of people that only get 1 or 2 auctions that sell a week and they're discouraged. But don't be. That's a really good sell-through rate. That's really good. And remember, if you have like a premium store like we do, the auctions are free to list. So why not, right? So I always get off on tangents. I'm sorry. So the best time is from Tuesday to Sunday. I would say 9 o'clock Eastern is what I have found to work best for me. 99 cents auctions with $6.49 shipping. This model will not work for anyone who has a high cost of goods. Because at the end of the day, if it only gets one bid, we're getting $7.48. Less fees and shipping. That's It's a couple bucks, but I want to see exactly. So I'm going to take 15% right off the top just for eBay and PayPal fees. And then we'll say $3.50 is the average to ship now. And my cost of goods, it's $1.85. Worst case scenario if it only gets one bid. And that's if it's $3.50 to ship. A lot of it's not. A lot of it's less. That's not a lot, but it's something. So instead of taking the items out and donating them, I'm at least getting something for them. It's not a lot of extra effort to package 2 things on a Sunday night, get it ready for Monday morning. It takes me literally 3 seconds to list the auctions every Tuesday. I keep them in our drafts, and then I just highlight, check that box that clicks them all, complete draft. Boom, they're in the store. Sunday they end. It's like 2, sometimes 4 extra things to package, and it's free. And it liquidates the old stuff out of our store while still giving us something back. I'd probably average it out and say it's like $2 an item that we get back. That's still double our money if we paid $1 for it to begin with. And a lot of times they get more than one bid. Not a lot of it goes for 99 cents. Not all of it does. Some of it gets more than one bid. The other benefit, it gets more eyeballs in your store. It gets more action in your store. It gets more traffic to your store when you have 99 cents auctions. In some cases, some people will do more than one, and that's happened to us a lot. The same buyer, something may only get one bid, but it's the same buyer who did all 3. So now you're saving on shipping. You're sending 3 items to one person, and you're making a little bit more that way because you're saving on shipping. So overall, I like auctions. They're not going to be for everybody. They're not going to fit everybody's business model. You have to have a low cost of goods, first of all. If you're paying $2.50, $3 for your stuff, you're going to lose money. Because like I said, we only pay $1 for ours, and we're only making $2 per if they only get one bid. So we're getting $3 back, basically, turning our $1 into $3. If you have a higher cost of goods, this is not going to work for you. We never do it on jeans. We never do it on anything that weighs more than a pound. I never, ever auction off jeans or liquidate them that way. When they get too low to make sense, I actually will take free shipping off of them and do a flat shipping cost of $8 to the buyer, and then play with the price up and down from like $8 to $10. Excuse me. Sometimes I'll knock it as low as $6, but jeans never. I would never put like heavy things on auction. So like I said, this works for us. It's not going to work for everybody. It's not going to fit every business model. If you have a really, really low cost of goods, if you have a lot of items in your store already, like 1,500 or more, it wouldn't hurt to drop off like 5 items a week to throw in auction just to get rid of if they're really, really old and been around forever. It does increase the traffic. Can't speak today. It does increase the traffic to your store for sure. And they sometimes go for 99 cents, so they don't always get more than one bid, but it works for us. We like it. So the reason we do auctions is because we want at least a little bit of return on the stuff that we've already put the work in for. I only use auctions to liquidate old stuff. So I would never bring home new inventory and immediately put it up on a 99 cent auction with the $6.49 shipping. I would never, ever bring home new inventory and throw it on an auction. I mean, the things in ours are like 6 months old or older. I give everything a fair chance to sell at a really, really good price in the store before I would auction it. It's only to liquidate. Like I said, I really wanted to get rid of everything that had ugly pictures, that had been around forever, whose price had dropped so low it just didn't make sense to keep trying to sell it. And it gets a lot of extra traffic to your store on the weekend. I know I've mentioned before, most of our weekends, Friday and Saturday, are like sales are, and Sunday things pick up and we sell a lot more. I don't know if that's coincidental that our auctions are always ending on Sunday and maybe more people are in the store. Could be. But yeah, that's why we do it. We do it because we still want some return on these things that we can't seem to sell. We don't want to just donate them somewhere. We do it to get rid of them. We still make a couple bucks, and it increases traffic and eyeballs in our store. It may not work for you, and that's okay. Everybody's different. Everybody's business is different, and we all get to do what we want to do with our businesses. So let me know in the comments below if you do auctions, how you do yours. Do you do the 99 cents? Do you charge shipping? Do you just use it for liquidation like we do? Or do you use it for other reasons? I'd be curious to know. So let me know in the comments. If you'd do me a favor and smash the like button, I would appreciate it. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Flippin' Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good night.